Hey guys, Des Pilot here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm actually going to do a short flight in the ZiboMod 737 for a change. We are on X-Plane12, and as usual, we're on VATSIM. Now, we've no nice custom sceneries for this one. This is all default X-Plane stuff. We are using auto ortho for the ground textures. And we're using X-Sim Heaven just for a bit more realistic infrastructure. But yeah, I just wanted to give a quick demonstration of how good this little Zibo 737 is for a freeware bit of aircraft. It's amazing. It really is. So I'll just jump into the flight. I'm not going to go through any of the setup or any of that. You've seen that in the other videos. We'll just jump in and get flying and see how we get on. Alright, in the cockpit everything's pretty much set up.
Departing company 8330, landing up and waiting runway 10 right, Dublin.
All got to do is your checklist. So a flight deck door is open, it needs to be closed, flight deck door is closed. The fuel is set and the pumps are going on. We don't need center pumps for this one. The signs are on, the windows are locked. The MCP is set with the V2, the heading, and our initial climb all in there. Takeoff speeds are in. CDU pre-flights completed. Rudder and aileron trims are 0. Briefing's completed, and we will go for our beacon. And then we'll make a quick radio call that we're going to push back. Dublin traffic, Ryanair 812 is pushing back from stand 124 Dublin. Okay, so we'll call for a pushback. We've got a better pushback in our tablet here somewhere, if I can remember where the ground service is. Better pushback, and we want to request
ground
a
to
pushback.
cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Perfect. Here's our tug. Oh, that wasn't our tug. Our tug was coming out of the wall, but as long as he showed up. I don't have my Xbox control.
Hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Set to control the views in X-Plane as yet, so I'm just using the keyboard for now. It does the job. And we're using the better pushback plug-in for the
Dublin
pushback.
traffic, Shamrock, 490 speed takeoff, runway 10 right, Dublin.
Alright, we'll jump back into cockpit. You see the nose getting lifted up there. Right, and we'll turn our packs
Now
off.
connected and bypass pin and service. Release parking brake.
Release the parking brakes.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Okay, starting engine 2. Okay, N2's coming up. Okay, 20% N2 and fuel valve to idle. N1 and temperature increasing. Oil pressure coming up. And we will start engine 1. Seems like the engine start.
Dublin traffic, Shamrock, 49 Whiskey, airborne, passing 2,000 feet, flight level 400. We're on the PAS 64 Echo departure from runway 10 right, and that's about it from us. Dublin, bye-bye.
Seems like the engines start very quickly once the fuel gets put on. I think they might take a little bit longer than that in real life. Okay, so we'll select, we're going for flaps 5 takeoff, and just make sure I've got that in the right slot. I have taken off on flaps 2 before by mistake. And we'll select RTO. And we can put engine 1 on the bus, or engine 2 on the bus. Engine 1 is now started as well, so we'll put that on the bus. Start switches to continuous.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Bleed on, APU bleed off. Set parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Hot day, so we'll turn the packs back on again. And we will do a quick flight control check. So full left, full right, full up, full down, all centered. Right, left, center, perfect. And we'll run a bit of a checklist then before taxi checklist. Generators are on, and we can turn the APU off. Okay, disconnect. Generators on. We'll want the probe heats on then as well. Here, probe heats. Anti-ice isn't required. Isolation valves auto. Engine start switches continuous. Recall. Want to check the recall. That's been checked. Auto brakes RTO. Engine start levers idle.
Tow is disconnected.
Flight controls
has
checked.
been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
And ground equipment is clear. All right. Now we want our runway turn off lights and our taxi light on. And we'll just see here, we'll want traffic on. Traffic was on. I want weather. So weather's on, and we want a bit of terrain on this side. Is that going to work for us? Yeah. Terrain. Maybe we need, let's see, TCAS. Okay, TCAS on standby. I don't actually know why it's that. Terrain not coming on there. Maybe it won't let us on the ground or something. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Okay, parking brakes off. A little bit of thrust. Dublin traffic, Ryanair 812, taxiing to runway 10 right from stand 124 Dublin. And we can arm our VNAV. And we should be able to arm our VNAV. Oh, sorry, we can arm our LNAV. We need 400 feet to arm the VNAV. That is correct. Just check. There's nobody on 3-4. Nobody approaching 3-4. It's pretty quiet around here today. Okay, so the cabin's secured. We'll do the before takeoff checklist now, which was flaps 5. We've got flaps 5 and a green light, and we have the stabilizer trim set to 4.9 units and 4.9 units. That is all good. Before takeoff is complete then. All over the runway, or all over the taxiway here. The rudder sensitivity is about right, but when you're on the, I'm using the rudder for the steering tiller as well, and it's a little bit oversensitive, so something can't really be done much about unless I get a separate tiller. I think I might be, oh yeah, I'm a little bit over speed for taxi. Do a quick takeoff config. Oh, we have a takeoff config warning. Wonder what that's for. Recalls checked. Flaps are set. Oh, something's not good there. It's kind of flickering a bit. I don't know what's causing that anyway. Okay, we're nearly at runway 10 right. I will just go through the runway entry procedure now. So landing lights go on. Our strobes go to strobe. And we'll turn TCAS on to TARA. Oh wait, we should have had 2,000 in there, that's right, yeah. 7,000 is conspicuity for BFR traffic. Dublin traffic, Ryanair 812 is lining up runway 10 right for departure to the north, Dublin. Okay, approach path is clear and we're good to enter. Still not 100% sure about that takeoff config, like it's not a solid buzzer. It's like a short circuit or something, but look, I'm happy everything's set up here. Just check, are yaw dampers on? Yeah, everything's good. Okay, 50%. Engines are stable and we will take off. There we go, I don't know what was going on there. Bit of a bitch. 80 knots checked.
V1 to rotate. Positive rate.
Positive rate, gear up. And we'll put the
400.
VNAV on. Arm the VNAV won't arm. Right. What's going on there? Why? That is weird. I think our performance wasn't executed, so VNAV should arm now, thankfully. That was a bit of a mistake. I think when I had entered the runway winds, the takeoff speeds got deleted, and when I re-entered them, I hadn't hit execute again, so that was the reason for that. X-Plane actually looks awesome. I am so impressed with this sim since I've done a couple of little scenery mods, which was Auto Ortho and the SimX Heaven. I reckon it looks amazing. Okay, altimeters set standard. And we'll set flaps 1. Got an auto throttle's disarmed itself. What is that? Keep flaps 1 in until it's made the turn. Okay. Anti-skid can go to off. Engine start levers off. Taxi and runway turn off lights off. And the packs were on for takeoff anyway.
Thousand to go.
Okay, we will just clear ourselves on up to our cruise altitude, which was 250. That's it. We have a restriction, so we'll just hit the altitude intervention. And we'll put flaps up. Okay, 10,000 feet. And was there no shortcut to do this? We'll have to do them one by one, maybe. Okay, and we can turn seatbelts off. Now, after takeoff checklist is engine bleeds are on, packs are in auto, landing gears up, and flaps are up with no lights. Right, we'll just have a look on our Navigraph just to see if any ATC's online anywhere, but it looks like it's all quiet today. It's still quite early this morning, so. And traffic's quiet as well. There's one Aer Lingus flight due into Edinburgh as well, and it looks like we'll be arriving fairly close, but I think I'm a little bit closer, so should work out. Okay, so there is a couple of things we can start doing already since this is such a short flight, and one is set our minimums, which is 310. For runway 06 in Edinburgh, so we'll put 310 in the minimums, and we will check the pressure is 1020, so we can put that in also. If we come here, we can have a look at our landing performance. Landing weight, we'll need to work that out. So that was going to be our zero fuel weight plus estimated fuel remaining. Let's have a look. Estimated landing weight is going to be 58.3. So we'll put that in, 58.3. And we want flaps 30. Aircon is going to be on. Anti-ice is off. Brakes. Auto brake 2 probably. And I think everything's good there. That is not the landing QNH, that is 1020. What did we set? 1020. The temperature was. Temperature for Edinburgh was 19. Okay. 19. Enter, and we're just going to put a wind correction of. Hang on, is that the surface wind it wants, or is that the wind correction? Yeah, because it hasn't asked us for. I wonder, can we put 060-8? I wonder, can we put that in 060-8? Can we enter that? Yes, okay, that's perfect. Yes, there's the VREF add 5. That's exactly what we want. Next page. Auto brake 2 is what we need. That's all looking good, so we can put auto brake 2 on now. And we're about to reach our cruise altitude. Oh, we have a discontinuity in the legs page, so we're going to Tunso after. Hang on, that's not right, is it? Yeah, I think it is actually. Execute. Right, perfect. And we'll go to our init page. We want flaps 30. We'll enter that here. Our ILS is 108.9 and it's 059 on the course, so we'll put the course in. 059. 059. And we'll just adjust our heading bug while we're at it. Okay, and the frequency again was 108.9. I'll enter that here. Can't actually hardly see this one. 108.9. I think that's right. Okay, good. We're going to set our altimeter to go down to 4,000, which is our final approach fix height for 06. Like I say, we've no VATSIM ATC on today, so we're just going to give ourselves our own clearances. And I think we're fairly well set up then. The last thing we want to do then as well is our where do we get this? Forecast, there we go. So we will request forecast. Transition levels 70, which is about right. What we'd expect. Is that getting our winds for us, or what's going on here? It's not going to get our winds for us, is it? Maybe it is. Maybe it's taking a while to come in. Alright, that's disappointing. Forecast request. Nope. Alright. We'll live with it. But I must look up. That's maybe not a fault of the aircraft. That's maybe something I haven't set up in order for it to do that. Although you'd imagine it would just take that information straight out of the sim. There we are over Belfast, nearly. Belfast Lock, Belfast City Airport will be just in here. I have to say, this definitely is a great aircraft to be freeware. I mean, this really isn't far away from what, you know, PMBT's charging 70 quid for, really, is it? It feels really, I have flown this a couple of times, it feels really good to hand fly. Like, it feels like there's a bit of weight in it. I know generally X-Plane is the better sim for flight dynamics and stuff, but even still, there has to be a bit of work getting put in to make each individual aircraft feel different, and this sort of feels like around where you'd expect a small airliner to be. Okay, so we can start getting ready for the descent now. Our pressurization was set. 100 feet is our landing altitude, that's good. Our recall is checked. Auto brake is set to 2. Landing data is in. Our BREF is 141 and our minimums are 310. Approach briefing completed. So at the top of descent, she's already captured that and started going down. She's on the VNAV path. get a few little jitters and stuff on the outside views, but I don't think it's a sim performance problem. I reckon there's something wrong with the camera setup. I reckon maybe the track IR is maybe dragging it a little bit. Because it's not like a stutter, it's almost just like an actual camera stutter. So I maybe need to look into the X camera plugin a little bit more, see if I can get that sorted. Okay, let's have a look on our next page. And, or sorry, progress is it? We want progress. So Edinburgh, we're looking at 12 minutes past. And it is now 13 minutes to. So we're just about half an hour away. Sorry, 25 minutes away. Let's have a look. Do we have any passengers in here? No. Everything up here is looking good. You can see the cabin pressure is going down. Okay, where are we now? Just off the coast of Scotland. That is Cairnryan, that's the Stena ferry port. And that is the P&O ferry port. And this town in here is Stranraer. And then we have the A75 all the way to Dumfries and then further on to Carlisle. Sticking to 250, we could actually dial in a higher speed in the descent until we get down to 10,000 feet. Get us in a little bit quicker. That would be Ayr, I think. The town of Ayr. We'll bring this map in a little bit. Traffic and weather come on there. I don't know if terrain never came on this one, I don't think, so I don't know if terrain's working or not. Traffic's on. We can put weather on, but the terrain doesn't seem to work. I'll have to Google that and see what the story is. Okay, we'll just keep our head and bug straight. Good practice in the 737 to keep. It's not automated. When you pull the head and bug on the A320, it pops out on your current present heading, but on the 737, obviously the bug's just wherever you last left it. So it's good practice every time you make a turn, just to keep that bug on your current heading. That way, if air traffic control comes on and the can-do just come on and say maintain present heading, you're not having to twiddle knobs at the last minute, try and get straightened up. You can literally just hit the heading select and you're good to go. Obviously not something we're going to need, but it's just good practice. Let's have a look outside again. Scenery stunning. I mean, the ortho looks really good. The only problem I can see there is in some places where there's trees, there's a little bit of aliasing going on, a little bit of flashing from the trees there, but overall, I reckon that looks amazing. They've got windmills. I wonder, do the windmills turn on? Obviously it's a calm day today. I wonder, do those windmills actually turn when the wind gets up? Something to check on my next flight maybe. Alright, let's have a look where we are at. It's holding 170 for a restriction here, I think, is it? Probably a little high. Can we do, if we hit the altitude intervention button, does that take us down? Yeah, okay. Orbit cameras, we'll try them, we'll try an orbit. Pretty cool. Try some of these cameras. Orbit. These are just different distances. Flyby. That's a bit weird. Alright. We'll go back to the cockpit. Right, I'll just check in case any air traffic controls come online, any other traffic around Edinburgh. No, we're the closest inbound. That little bit of extra speed will have helped as well. But we can probably start dialing that back to 250 again. And we'll put the seatbelt signs back on. And we'll use a bit of speed brake just to get the speed down for 10,000 feet. Why have we got thrust that? Didn't, hang on, we need to hit the, I guess we need to hit, is it? What's going on here? Our auto thrust is disabled, that's what's going on. We're going over speed here. Why are you doing this? Why on earth are you doing this to me? So the auto thrust was on. Did it go into Toga by mistake? I have no idea, but we, at the minute, we are way too fast to even make this turn. So, speed brake extended. Our throttles are, yeah, we're into a manual thrust mode, I think, here, so we'll arm the auto throttle again, and we'll go for, that's right, is it? Yeah, that's us now. Hopefully. Definitely oversped the aircraft there. That's going to be more points lost on virtual round there. Right, I need to go back after this video is finished and see what exactly happened there, because I still don't understand why I took off like that. Unless I nudged the throttle lever by mistake and it pulled it back into manual thrust mode. Okay, we can ditch the speed brake now. And again, we will turn our head and bug. And we'll maybe drop our speed down to 220. Keep an eye it doesn't run away on us again. Okay, altimeter set. And we'll just check our... Okay, is... Okay then, in a sense, 5 minutes past. So what time are we now? We're only 5 minutes away, so we'll make a radio call. Edinburgh traffic, Ryanair 812 is approximately 5 minutes out for runway 06 Edinburgh. Okay, on our approach checklist, altimeters are set, and that's that checklist complete. Okay, and we're about to turn final. We'll arm the approach. We'll select flaps 1. That was 1, wasn't it? Yep, 1. Okay. We'll take our speed down to maybe 180. Okay, auto throttle's disarmed again. I don't know why. And maybe that's maybe on a very sensitive thing, and I've been nudging the throttles a bit. That could be what's going on. I'll just check that got the right speed set. Keep flap 1 in for now because we're still a good way out. We are 16 miles away.
Thousand to go.
And we'll go for flap 5. And about 160. We'll keep that in till 4 miles is usually what Edinburgh asks for. 160 to 4. Alright. Oh, the landing lights should have been on. That was something I forgot about. We'll pretend we've got landing clearance, so we'll go for turn off and taxi lights. And our signs are on. That's all good. And we can probably arm the speed brake. That's it. Arm the thing. Okay. Alright, we'll select flap 15. Something going on with the throttles there, a little bit dicky. Edinburgh traffic, Ryanair 812, now on a 10-mile final for runway 06 Edinburgh. Okay, flap 15, green light. We're a bit far out. Maybe I'll leave it a little while longer. Put the gear down. Let's see. We'll put it down. Why not? Gear down. Okay, gear down and locked. Go for flaps 25. Don't know why the throttle levers are dancing around like that. Have a look. And we'll select our final approach speed, which was 140, but plus 5, so it's 145, I think. At this point, we'll go flap 30. Just check. I think the auto throttle's interfering with the manual lever position. I'll have to look into that. But we are going to disarm the auto throttle and autopilot off as well. which I haven't configured, obviously. We're a little bit slow. A bit of thrust. A bit less thrust. Okay, trim down a bit. Okay, that's not bad. Edinburgh traffic, Ryanair 812, 3 mile final, runway 06, Edinburgh. Should we sneak a quick outside view? Oh, drifted a little bit high. VRAP's looking nice. I can still hear those throttle levers dancing about there. It's maybe I've maybe got a dual calibration or something by mistake. Something else is trying to override them.
Edinburgh traffic, Ryanair Victor Papa pushing back down 34.
Plus 100. Minimums.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Down you go, girl. Okay, reverse. Okay, reverse off. Auto brake disarmed. Spoilers down. Flaps up. Landing lights off. Stroke to steady, and we'll start the APU. Edinburgh traffic, runway 06 vacated, taxi stand 1 Alpha, Ryanair 812.
Edinburgh ground is just came out run.
Roger, thanks. 121. What is that again? What's that frequency? 121755. Right, 121. Edinburgh gang, good morning. Ryanair 812, just vacated 06.
Ryanair 812, Edinburgh ground, good morning. Just come online. Taxi to stand 1 Bravo via Alpha and Echo.
Roger, 1 Bravo via Alpha and Echo, Ryanair 812, thanks. Okay.
Ryanair take the public clearance to Cork, please. Ryanair 8 Victor Papa, Edinburgh ground, good morning. You are cleared to Cork on a Gossam 1 Delta departure, runway 06. Edinburgh QNH is 1020. walk 1422. Negative 1422. Victim of to corridor, they go from 1 test departure and 06, Canadian 1020 squawk 1422. Ryanair 8, Victor Papa, read back correct.
We forgot our landing checklist, but well, we're all good anyway, so what do we need to do next? We need to turn the weather radar off, we'll turn traffic off, and we can turn our TCAS on to altitude off. Our APU is running, so we'll put the APU bleed on and we'll turn engine bleeds off. And we can turn the flight directors off. So, all in all, that wasn't a bad flight. There's a few little configuration things I still need to work out with this aircraft. Obviously, something was interfering with the throttles a little bit, whether it's just the throttle sensitivity or whether I've got a dual throttle input calibration. Could be either. I'll need to look at that. I need to figure out what I bind the autopilot disconnect button to, because I've tried a couple of different ones, servos disconnect, different things, and none of them seem to work for the Zibo. So if any of you guys have encountered that, maybe you can let me know in the comments. But aside from that, what a great aircraft. And you know what? I'm not saying
I think the pod is protected. Ryanair 8, Victor Papa, taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 06.
I'm not saying I'm giving up on Microsoft Flight Simulator at all. It's still the top dog, I suppose, but what a breath of fresh air this is, just to try something different, you know. One thing I think about it, you can see some aliasing problems. That could just be my system, but the lighting and the textures a lot of the time just look a lot more natural, not as saturated. This Edinburgh Airport is freeware. I haven't downloaded any extra scenery for this sim as yet. And I mean, it's really good. I wouldn't say it's quite as good as the Parague for Microsoft, but it's certainly workable. Like, it looks like Edinburgh Airport. We're going for 1 Bravo. That's the very end one. Right, let's have a look. Can we look at this from the... Yeah, that'll be nice. Oh, wait, need to turn off lights and taxi lights off. Let's have a look. Okay, park and brake on. Right, let's have a look what we need to do here. We'll put the APU on the buses and we will shut down engine 1. And then we'll shut down engine 2. Turn the anti-collision light off. The APU bleeds are on. We can turn the seatbelt signs off. And let's see if we can get some ground equipment here. So we're going to terminate the flight leg. Ground services, want to set the chocks. We want the GPU. And we want the forward entry open, and we want the air stairs out. Very nice. No GSX on here, unfortunately, so no passengers deboarding. There probably is a plug-in for that somewhere, but I just I haven't really dipped into this sim enough yet. So we'll put the window heats and the probe heats can go off. The electric hydraulic pumps can come off. Yaw damper off. All the fuel pumps off apart from that one. And what else can we do? We can turn the IRSS2 off. Oh, there we go. That's quite good. So it won't let you turn them off by accident. If you use the scroll wheel on the mouse, hang on, I need to reset my view here. Something's going wrong. If you use the scroll wheel on the mouse, what is going on? I think it's my track IRs messing around a little bit, but as I was saying, if you use the scroll wheel, you cannot turn the IRSs past a line. You need to actually use a left mouse click to get it into the off position, so there's no accidental turning those off in the middle of flight, which is a nice touch. Right, shutdown checklist, fuel pumps off, probe heats off, hydraulic panel set, flaps are up, the parking brakes on, isn't it? Yeah. Start levers are cut off, and weather radars off. Okay, we will. With that, we will complete our flight. So let's just have another quick look outside. So yeah, guys, if you want to try something different, if you're flying Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm not suggesting for a second anyone ditch the sim that they're flying and head for X-Plane, but certainly, look, give it a go. Give it a whirl and see how it works for you. Because I'm certainly enjoying it as a second simulator, and I do dip in and out of it from time to time now between this Zibo aircraft and the Tallest A320 is a fantastic aircraft. There's the Flight Factor aircraft, the 757, 767 are in it. They're a little bit dated now, but they're fantastic. And yeah, definitely worth a go. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the skies. Bye bye.